Welcome to Vintage Gaming Memories. Shall we play a game?
Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. In this video, I'm continuing my quest to complete a set of games from Tomytronic. I had one and now I have two. So let me show you what's inside here that I just added to that collection. Well, thank you Jason, the seller, who included some candy in the purchase. This is the 1983 Tomytronic 3D game Sky Attack. This would be my second game in the series or set of 3D games from Tomytronic. In my first video of these 3D games, I mentioned that there were 8 different ones that I found. There's Planet Zeon, Sky Duel, Shark Attack, Sherman Attack, Jungle Fighter, Sky Fighters, Thundering Turbo, and then this one, Sky Attack. So there's 6 more to go. Now, if you haven't seen my first one, which is Planet Zeon, you should check it out. It also came with the original box like this, but there was a really cool and unexpected surprise inside, which I won't go into detail, so you have to check it out yourself and see. And no, it wasn't candy. Now, maybe this one's going to have a surprise in there too, but we'll find out soon enough. So what I do know is that this was noted to be in working condition, and it sure looked good from the photos that were posted. Now let's examine the box first before I get it out of the box. And just like the other one, it had this awesome artwork on the box with the kind of, I guess, the theme of the game. And this one here, I can see there's tanks firing at these space bombers, or tank firing at these space bombers. I know it says here, space bombers fight your laser firing tanks in an amazing portable electronic game that gives you depth, dimension, and amazing realistic 3-dimensional effect. I also like that it has this Tron-like field in front of me. This is enough for me to say, Dad, can you please buy this for me? And speaking of buying it, this $99.99 is what I ended up paying for it. Now, for the original price back in 1983, that was probably more in the, I don't know, probably $25 to $40 price range. Check out the side. And then on the back side, here you can see that they have the 3 main ones that they're trying to showcase and focus on: the Planet Zeon, Sky Attack, which is this, and then Thundering Turbo, which I do want to get next. Now overall, this box is decent. It's not falling apart. But then again, that's not what matters the most. So let's get this out and see what truly matters. Okay, we have the instructions. That's always good to have. And we have the game itself. What I really like is that the strap is included with this game. The other game also had it, and that's an important feature, at least for what I'm collecting. I want everything that was originally included when you first purchased this to be available, which would be the strap. Instructions are nice to have, but definitely the strap. And it has to be in good condition, and this one, sure enough, looks pretty good. You can see the battery compartment looks nice. No leakage, no corrosion, no damage whatsoever. Actually, a little bit of corrosion I see there. I'll clean that up. I guess what I want to do next is just clean this, polish it, read the instructions a little bit, come right back, throw some batteries in it, and give you a little demo of this game, because I know it's going to work. So give me 1 second, and I'll be right back. Okay, all clean, polished, and ready to play. And I actually think it turned out really nice. To start with, though, it was pretty clean, but it just needed a little bit of a polish to get that little spark and shine coming off the lights. As you could see, there's a nice reflection coming off of it. And just like anything that's polished, it has a nice smooth touch to it, but it looks really good. The binoculars, the lens, no scratches whatsoever. They look great. And on the back side, as I showed in the beginning, it has this nice little summary instructions, which I might have mentioned before in my other videos, but this is something I look for in games that I acquire. It might sound silly, but it's like my pet peeve. So if that's either missing, ripped, or just looks like it's worn away, I'll probably pass on the game. But as for this one, this looks great. And inside the battery cover, the compartment, I got rid of that corrosion. It looks nice, nothing there, just a little bit. I just did a little Dremel grinding off of that and just cleaned it up. Since I have it open up, let's put some batteries in it. Put some AA, and we just need 3. That's a nice sound. Actually, the game does turn on once you put the batteries in. I think I read about that as well. But before we actually start this game, let me tell you a little bit more about it, since I did my homework and I read the instructions. And there's some good information in there as well. I'm just going to go over on a high level some of the features and the buttons. They're pretty similar in all the Tomytronic 3D games. And we'll start off with this section here, which is called the skylight. You're going to find this on all the Tomytronic 3D games. Although this game does produce lighted images through the binoculars, it also relies on the external light source for added display visibility. That's because it uses the external light from the skylight, and it doesn't require extra power to produce brighter images from the game, which is probably why it only uses 3 AA batteries. Now let's take a look what I can see here on the left side, looking at it from the binoculars, the left side. We have the on-off button, and below that is a nice feature that I wish a lot of the games had back in the day, which is the switch to toggle the sound on or off, which is very nice. And this is the left control button, and on the opposite side we have the right control button. This is how you would maneuver your tank left or right while you play the game. And then the last button is the start and fire button. You press that to begin the game and also to fire laser beams during the game. Now, that's pretty much it as far as the features and buttons that you have in this game. Now, like I said earlier, I was going to read through the instructions, and I did. So here's quickly what the objective of the game is. You need to protect your space base from the enemy space bomber attacks. And you do this by destroying them with your laser beams from your space tank. And you get a total of 3 space tanks in the game. And when they are all destroyed, well, then the game is over. I'm going to try to see if you can get a better view of this screen. Put your eyes through those binoculars and then you start it up. Let me give you a view of what I'm seeing in here. Hopefully some of this repositioning of the camera and lighting adjustments will give you a good view of what I'm seeing through the binoculars. And this is just the, I don't know if you want to call it the power on view because the game hasn't started. This just shows you all the possible images that could show on the screen. It's pretty nice because you can see all the positions that are going to be possible for the enemy, as well as your tanks and the firing of the lasers, and seeing all the colors as well. So let me just give you some more details of this game in this view, because this might be helpful to see it in this light. Now, on the bottom, you can see that's where the score is, which is just zeroed out. You have 4 digits it goes up to as far as the display goes. After you flip it, it'll go back to 0. So if you happen to be so lucky to flip it during the game, you just have to remember to add 10,000 to your points. Above that is your tank, and you see 3 of them. That is because you have 3 positions you can maneuver your tank. You have a center position, left to center, and right to center. And you also get 3 tanks in the game. So once those 3 tanks are destroyed, the game is over. It might sound pretty simple that you only have 3 positions to move your tank, but you have to keep in mind you're moving your tank to get a good shot at the enemy above, as well as avoiding their lasers that are shooting back at you. Now the enemy will first appear in the center as a small image, and you can see it right here. That's the very first instance of the enemy. And then as it gets closer, it gets larger, and you can kind of count here, there are 6 positions from that start of when it appears the first time to when it goes off the screen. You only have one opportunity to destroy that enemy, and that is at position number 3. So when it's in that position, that's the only time your lasers will actually destroy it. Anytime before it or after it will not do a thing. And on the other side of it, the enemy only fires at you when it's on the 5th position. So anything before that, you can feel free to move around without worrying about a laser going at you. Now you might be wondering if there are different levels in this game or skill levels within, and there are, but you can't select it from the game itself. After you destroy 20 enemy spaceships, you will have completed a level. Each of those 20 spaceships are worth 5 points each, so that's 100 points. But after that, you get a bonus fight against 4 high-speed enemy spaceships. You'll get 50 points if you destroy any one of those 4 high-speed spaceships. So doing the math, on a given level that you complete, your lowest points possible could be 100, and the maximum is 300, which means you destroyed all 4 bonus spaceships. After you complete a level, the next level becomes more difficult because the speed of the enemy increases, and there are 7 levels of increasing speed, but after level 7, the speed will remain the same going forward. I think that covers pretty much everything that we need to know, so let's play a game. Now, it's a little blurry. Let's just see if this auto corrects itself. Okay, that looks good. You can see there how I'm able to destroy the enemy only when they're in that 3rd position or that 3rd row. So that's my 2 tanks left I have. 15 points, that means I only hit 3. Alright, 50 points, halfway there. You know what I noticed is that you can get tunnel vision after a while. So as easy as it might seem with just having 3 positions to move, you can lose your tracking on the laser aiming at you if you focus too much on the enemy spaceships and trying to get a good shot at them. That constant ticking sound that you hear, I'm guessing that's supposed to be the sound of my tank moving forward. That's just a guess. Alright, that level's done. Here's my bonus one. I got 1. They're going pretty quick. Ah, I got hit. Down to my last one. Alright, well that's it. Now back to the next level. This should be a little bit faster. Unlimited laser beam, so I'm just going to keep pushing down on this. This is my last tank. Oh! You know, I really like that angle effects it has when you shoot from the sides. It doesn't just go straight up. It has kind of a slight angle trajectory towards the center. Dang, I froze. Well, 225 is my score, and I only made it to level 2. Not really great. But I do like how they have this second phase that's in the game, you know, with the bonus sequence. You just have to keep in mind that it can also be deadly like I experienced. You can easily lose a tank in that bonus round. Overall, I think this is another cool Tomytronic 3D game. This is my second one, and I can see myself being addicted to this one. and trying to get to that level 7, and then after achieving that, my next goal probably try to flip the score to get it to 0, 0, 0, 0. It's also nice that it only takes 3 AA batteries, because I'm sure I get a lot of use of this game back in the 80s. I'd have to say this is a good challenging game, but also simple. I'd love to hear or actually read what you guys think of this game. So comment down below and let me know if you all had this one or any of the other ones in the series. I'm hoping to get Thundering Turbo sometime soon, so stay tuned. Well, that will do it for this one. This is the 1983 Tomytronics 3D game called Sky Attack. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, keep your gaming passion from the past alive by living it today. Take care, everyone.